up there. There's a few media people up there if you want to go. Because that's where Rashida's going to be and stuff.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'd like to say this song was actually written by a good friend of mine. Her name is Milea.
Yeah. So like even if you go and go around. There's a few media folks right up there. And that's where Rashida's going to be speaking. I know that's what they're going to want. They're recording back to the station, right?
Thank you.
I can call them. Oh, that's what my bladder does. Oh. That was a fun. Okay, we just sort of thought it's going to be something. How you doing? But it's getting too crazy. Yeah, we got different things. Oh, I'm sorry. You're good. Yeah, we're getting out of
having an organizing summit is our next step. Zoom. We're going to get everyone together and use organizing
died. I think that's God's sign that the work was done. I think that's time for us to switch over to why we're all here. You know, I'm a big believer in signs, so I think that was it. So thank you all so much for listening to my set. And I'll see you. My name is Camila Campus. You can find me on all platforms, CAMILLACANTU. And yeah, connect with me. You know, this is probably like the biggest Detroit crowd I played for, which is really cool. Really sweet. So yeah, I'll see y'all out there.
Let's hear it one more time for Camila! Please don't come towards me. Talk to someone on the side. Alrighty. Well, we're here. We made it out. Holy cow. Parking was a nightmare, I'm sure, for some of you, but you made it out here anyways. And we're here because we say there are no kings, and we want ICE out of Detroit. All right, let's do some housekeeping and all that. If anyone is causing you trouble, find someone in a high-vis vest. As you witnessed, we were able to walk someone right on out of here. And we'll keep doing that for the rest of the day. We're ready to deal with them. All right, we're in... Yeah, I know. All right, there's a lost dog with no tag, no anything. Does anyone have a... What is that, like a wiener chihuahua? A wiener dog. It's a chihuahua. All right, sorry, back to business. Well, we're here in Southwest to protect and show our support for the immigrant community. I can't stop saying it. Fuck ICE! Fuck Trump! Hell yeah! All right, and we'll be more housekeeping. Tables. There are organizations that came here to put this together. Please learn about what's going on in your city. Get involved with local activists, because coming out here today is not enough. I want to see you again. I want to see you in the streets. I want to see you talking to your city councilors, your representatives, and so on. And we have to be out there fighting ICE every step of the way in this damn city. With all that said, I'd like to introduce RG up to the stage for some spoken word. Get it, RG.
Thank you. What's up, Clark Park? Thank you all. You could be anywhere in the fucking world right now, and you are here defending each other. Give it up for yourselves. Much like beautiful Camilla, this is the largest crowd I've ever performed for, so thank you so much. The energy the crowd gives us is the energy that we can give y'all. So my name is RG. For those that don't know me, I'm a poet, a speaker, a mover, a shaker. For those of you that do know me, let's get this shit shaking. When I say fuck, you say ICE. Fuck! Fuck! When I say justice, you say peace. Justice! Justice! Let's go. The title of this poem is called Poetic Injustice. Power lies behind the tongue, cruel and unusual punishment, trying to beat the rap. Beating around the bush, behind bars, misunderstood, hear the clank and the clap. Held hostage by a sentence, Declaration of Independence. How to get away with murder. Run on sentences, run. Take no prisoners, none. Drop the iron hammer. Land of the thieves, home of the blame. Cue the blood-spangled banner. Politically incorrect, poetic injustice. Justice is blind. Justice is blind. Justice is blind. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, can you hear me? Yeah. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, can you hear me? Yeah. Mic checked my bags at the airport. This ain't no rare sport, these random checks are their favorite. Smiling as they profiling, we rock, scissor, paper it, taking our chances. Dodging gun clutches and glances, questions and answers, mic check, you're fucking racist. Us under surveillance, and I know what you're saying, I'm too pale to be relating. Mic check, America don't give a fuck. Not 1 or 2, mic check, 1, 2, yes, Mike. I packed those bags myself, mic check, 1, 2, no, Mike. They haven't been out of my possession. This search session is not needed. You proceeded to ask if that was really my father. He's just more brown than you, he repeated. Mike couldn't believe it. Mic check, 1, 2, mic check, fuck Mike. Mic check, 1, 2, yes, Mike, that is my father. No, Mike, I wasn't adopted. Mic check, mic check. I'm pale like Mike, but I'm not enough white. Too foreign to be ignored with a name like Argentina. Don't know if I'm Latina or Arab. Either way, you change your whole demeanor on your racist radar, cause I'm an in-betweener. Mic check, 1, 2, check. Hey yo, Mike, who the fuck gonna check you? Thank you. This next piece is titled titled Brutal. I said we owe the victims of violence the disruption of the American tradition. It's our ancestral recognition that this is not the life we're meant to live in. Don't get me wrong, this is our lineage mission to persist in the faces of Zionist politicians, fascinating the fools and muzzling the intelligent, forceful regimen evident, an estimate of our moral compass. The path to justice is in our resistance. The distance one will go for mere existence. Alive in the faces of martyrs, they're murdered, 14,000 of them children, funded by the American citizen. 4K images flooded my phone screen, painted immigrants as criminals, the MAGA propaganda proceeds. Fuck Donald Trump. I said fuck Donald Trump. Fuck the police too. Fuck the police too. Fuck the police twice. Cause Detroit and LA didn't withstand the fires to be brought down by ICE. This liberation will be a production. This is just rehearsal. The earth is littered with the ruins of empires that believed they were eternal. With all your vengeance in you, resist. With all the joy in you, resist. With all of our ancestors in you, resist. This isn't just poetry. This is revolution, and it's been televised. Spread your smile wide and look in the eyes and evil of say cheese. Cause these are all my siblings, and if you're taking them, you're taking me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Without further ado, I don't know if there's anyone after me, but thank you all. I love you all. Let's fucking do this thing.
Let's hear it for RG one more time. Fuck Trump. Fuck ICE. All right, next up we have the lovely Katrina from Indivisible. Let's hear it.
Hello, Detroit! You are my kind of people. Show me what democracy looks like. My name is Katrina Mineta, and I am the co-founder of Indivisible Macomb Defenders Rising. I stand here before you today unapologetically in opposition to this corrupt administration. Thank you for your courage in being here today. This week, I watched videos of the horrors happening across the country. I heard the sounds of babies crying for their mothers. I saw the military deployed against my friends. I read about a senator silenced and handcuffed for asking questions. Yeah. They've defied our courts, kidnapped Americans, disappeared people in our streets. They've attacked our civil rights and slashed our services, all while orchestrating a massive tax giveaway to their billionaire friends. The corruption has gone too far. Quote, terrible things are happening outside. Poor, helpless people are being dragged out of their homes. Families are torn apart. Men, women, and children are separated. Children come home from schools and parents have disappeared. Anne Frank said that in 1943, but you know what? I can't tell the difference between 1943 and 2025. No one should be disillusioned by what is happening in our country now. Let's name it. It's fascism. In 1776, 56 brave individuals risked their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to defy king. face a similar threat. 250 years later, we have a man in the White House who wants to crown himself a king. President Trump has already indicated that he's aiming for at least a third term. And now he's got a self-aggrandizing military parade in Washington, D.C. His birthday celebration is expected to cost millions of our tax dollars, all while Republicans claim there's no money for Social Security, SNAP, or Medicaid. They flood the zone and they deploy the National Guard to terrorize us. That is not democracy. It's an empire tightening its grip, daring us to comply. They want us silent. They want us quiet. They want us obedient. But let me tell you something, friends. There is only one reason for that. They are afraid of us. We are the inheritors of revolution, and we are a nation of a long history of the people prevailing. The American idea was founded on the belief that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute a new government. That is the American idea, the gift of self-correction by the people, up for the people. So we will not comply. We reject the rules of oligarchs. We renounce the false promises of a system built on oppression. We do not answer to corruption, coercion, or cowards who fear the power of the people. We are the ones who remember that justice is not given, it is taken. We do not answer to tyrants, we answer to each other. Let us be clear. This country was built on the blood and labor of indigenous people, of enslaved black people, of immigrants who are forced to fight for their place in the land of the free. So when they tell our friends that they don't belong here, we tell them no one is illegal on stolen land. I stand here before you today unapologetically, in solidarity with black and brown, undocumented folks, Muslim folks, Palestinian folks, disabled folks, indigenous folks, queer folks, working class folks, immigrant folks, survivors of violence, oppressed women, trans and non-binary folks, and the marginalized communities. In 1776, we declared our independence from a king. In 2025, we will declare our future with no kings. Our revolution will be one of peace, love, not hate, justice, not violence. And we will build a country that is finally for all of us. Not just rich, not just for the powerful, not just for the whites, not for the kings. We will build a multiracial democracy that this country has always meant to be. A democracy where all people are equal. We won't bow to tyranny. We'll no longer let injustice stand. We will build a better future for our children, for every generation to come. And we will stand together. We will be free at last. I don't know about you, but somewhere I read that all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They're not for the wealthy few, not for those in power, not for kings and tyrants, but for every single one of us. And though history is laced with kings and tyrants, tribalism and conflict, world wars and revolutions, shifting borders and collapsing dynasties, slavery and colonialism, there is one constant. The rise and the fall of authoritarian regimes has always been a part of our shared humanity. But we know the truth. Those who fight for justice prevail. Thank you, Detroit. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage and showing up today. This means everything. This is what we need to do. And we have to take this from this event into our neighborhoods, talk with your friends and family, call your congressman, show up on social media, keep doing the work. We will prevail.
Cheering it up for Katrina! She made a very good point at the end there. We don't leave anyone behind. We don't leave anyone behind. We don't leave trans people behind. We don't sacrifice anyone for an electoral win. All right. Next up, we have James with General Strike, and this one's going to be co-translated.
All right, everybody, let's start this off with a new chant. I'm gonna say we will, you say resist. We will! Resist! We will! Resist! We will! Resist! My name is James Spalding, I'm with General Strike US.
Me llamo James Bond y estoy con General Strike US.
Today, we are here to resist the fascist regime
Aquí estamos hoy para resistir el régimen fascista
and their boot on the throat of our immigrant communities that is ICE.
y su bota en el cuello de nuestros vecinos inmigrantes con ICE.
I have been thinking a lot about this hell boiling and festering in this country.
He estado pensando mucho de este infierno que se está hirviendo en este país.
The fires that our immigrant neighbors have bore the brunt of, it has me thinking of an ill-suited saying lately.
Los fuegos que han endurado las personas inmigrantes me tienen pensando de algo, un dicho hoy.
That saying is, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Ese dicho es, el camino al infierno está pavimentado con buenas intenciones.
I say, fuck that!
Yo digo, joder eso.
It has been made clear to us these past 6 months that the road to hell in this country is paved by fascist hate.
Para mí está claro que el camino al infierno en este país está pavimentado con odio y fascismo.
Each brick of that road to hell is paved by our brothers, our sisters, our fathers, our mothers, and our neighbors.
Cada ladrillo en ese pasillo, en ese camino al infierno está pavimentado con nuestros hermanos, hermanas, vecinos.
As Kilmar Obrega Garcia was trafficked to a concentration camp in a foreign country, they laid down one brick.
Cuando Abrego García lo transfirieron a una cárcel en otro país, ese fue el primer ladrillo.
As they brought him back to face trial for crimes he didn't commit, they laid down one more.
Cuando lo regresaron con cargos de crímenes que él no cometió, pusieron otro ladrillo en ese camino.
They kidnapped Ramesia Otzer for writing an article, another brick.
Se robaron a una muchacha, Aisha, por escribir un artículo. Ese fue otro ladrillo en el camino.
The raids in New York, Chicago, LA, and Detroit, brick after brick after brick after brick.
Las redadas en New Jersey, Chicago, Los Ángeles, en Detroit, ladrillo tras ladrillo tras ladrillo en el camino al infierno.
Today, I want to remind you that those bricks are laid down by the hands of those who raised Trump.
Yo les quiero informar hoy que las personas que hicieron eso posible, poner cada ladrillo, son la gente que apoyó a Trump y lo dejó llegar a poder.
They act from the bigotry,
Actúan de su propia
their own hatred,
racismo, odio,
and their dictator's orders simply give them permission to act on it.
y las órdenes de su dictador simplemente les dan el permiso para actuar en lo que les dice.
Each time they come for one of us,
Cada que vienen por uno de nosotros,
whether it's the organized regime,
aunque sea organizadores que dividen su régimen cruel,
the LGBT community,
la comunidad LGBTQ
or immigrant communities just trying to survive,
o comunidades inmigrantes que solamente están queriendo sobrevivir.
it's just another brick on their path to power paved to satiate their hatred.
Es otro ladrillo en el camino para saciar su odio.
All while we have cried out to the power, hoping someone will come and save us from this tyranny, we must accept the brutal truth.
No podemos estar esperando que alguien venga y nos salve de esta tiranía. Tenemos que aceptar la verdad brutal.
That nobody is coming to save us.
Nadie va a venir a salvarnos.
We cannot fight this evil alone.
No podemos pelear este odio malo solos.
No valiant knight will ride in to fight the evils because they will be crushed by the same boot just the same. Sorry. No valiant knight will ride in to fight the evils because they will be crushed by the boot just the same.
Ningún charro valiente puede venir a salvarnos porque lo van a matar con la misma bota que a todos nos ponen.
Do not falter.
No se esperen.
Nobody will come to save us, not because there are those willing to stand by you and help.
Porque hay muchas personas al lado de ustedes que van a poder estar para ayudar.
We will be saved by the daily labor of building resilience within our communities.
Nos vamos a salvar por el trabajo cotidiano de trabajar día a día en nuestras comunidades
To oppression and tyranny.
contra la opresión y la tiranía.
It is within resilience
Es en esa resiliencia,
built through organizing our communities and standing together that we can find another path.
crecido por nuestras comunidades, nuestras organizaciones y nosotros organizando para hacer otro camino,
A path to freedom.
un camino a la libertad,
A path built by our communities,
un camino construido por nuestras comunidades,
built using mutual aid and with solidarity.
hecho con ayuda mutua y solidaridad.
It is now I call on you to join the general strike.
Es ahora que yo les pido que se unan a la huelga general.
For our goal isn't simply to organize the largest general strike in the history of this country.
Queremos organizar la huelga más grande de este país.
We plan to network with community organizers and help build food pantries, support networks, community gardens, and if need be, community defense.
Vamos a juntarnos con organizadores de las comunidades a hacer
The general strike is more than just staying home and hoping for revolution.
Es más importante todo esto, organizar y hacer fuentes de comunidad, que estar esperando la revolución en tu casa.
It is sowing the fibers of resilience to tyranny within our country.
Estamos sembrando las fibras de resiliencia en nuestro país.
This organization's goal is more than just a strike, but a mass movement and revolutionary change.
Esto es más que un movimiento, es una organización para hacer cambio revolucionario.
Join us, organize, and we will.
Únanse con nosotros, organicen y nosotros vamos,
We will.
vamos
it is. Now, before I leave, I have one more thing I want to leave you with.
Antes de que me vaya, tengo una cosa más para dejar con ustedes.
As my comrades come up to speak about the very lives taken to pave the path to hell,
Mis comentarios hablan de muchas de las vidas que se han tomado para el pavimento del camino del infierno.
I want everyone here to remember that the path to freedom is not gone.
Yo quiero a todos que se acuerden que el camino a la libertad no se ha ido.
When they tell you of the machines built to destroy our communities,
Cuando dicen que la máquina está hecha para destruir nuestras comunidades,
I do not want you to think, what can I do?
no quiero que piensen qué es lo que yo puedo hacer,
But to think, what can my community do?
pero quiero que piensen qué puede hacer mi comunidad.
I want you to ask, how do we all stand together and resist?
Quiero que pregunten cómo nos unimos y nos paramos juntos para resistir.
Because that is what we're here to do today. Resist.
Porque eso es lo que estamos haciendo aquí hoy, resistiendo.
We will.
¡Vamos!
We will.
¡Resist!
We will.
¡Resist!
Alrighty, one more time for James. And his infinite patience while the microphone cut out on him. Wow. Viva la raza! Fuck ICE! Fuck Trump! All right, Lindsay, get over here. What are you doing over there? All right, next up we have Lindsay from 5051.
Hello. Hello, Clark Park. Like Michael said, I am Lindsay from 50501 Michigan.
Como dijo Michael, soy Lindsay de 50501 Michigan.
I am a lifelong Detroiter.
Yo nací y crecí en Detroit toda mi vida.
And it is an honor to stand in front of you today.
Es un honor estar frente de ustedes hoy.
Over 100 years ago, not far from where we're standing,
Hace más de 100 años, no tan lejos de donde estamos parados,
Henry Ford promised workers $5 a day to come and man his assembly lines.
Henry Ford le prometió a los trabajadores $5 al día para venir a manejar las líneas de montaje.
Immigrants flocked to Detroit from all over the world, and they were ready to work. They were ready to learn. They were ready to build better lives for their families.
Inmigrantes de todo el mundo llegaron a Detroit en masa. Estaban listos para trabajar, para aprender, para forjar una nueva vida para ellos y sus familiares.
Many were able to do just that.
Muchos lograron precisamente eso.
A little known fact about Henry Ford, though, he didn't like Greek immigrants.
Un dato que mucha gente no sabe de Henry Ford, no le caían los inmigrantes griegos.
He thought that they were loud, and he thought that they were lazy. He thought that they lacked potential.
Pensaba que eran ruidosos y perezosos y que no tenían potencial.
So, what did they do when they found themselves barred from Ford's factories?
Entonces, ¿qué fue lo que hicieron cuando estos inmigrantes griegos, cuando se les prohibió la entrada a las fábricas de Ford?
They built their own communities. They opened businesses. They opened restaurants. Because that is what immigrants do. They adapt when they are faced with difficulty.
Construyeron sus propias comunidades, abrieron negocios y restaurantes, se adaptaron ante el juicio y a pesar de las puertas cerradas cambiaron la cara de esta ciudad, porque eso es lo que hacen los inmigrantes.
That little bit of history, it makes me smile when I walk through Greek town and when I look up at the towering casino and I remember that it ended up not mattering what one racist, albeit very powerful man thought.
Ese pedacito de historia me hace sonreír cuando paso por Greektown y veo el imponente casino. Qué poco importó al final que pensará un hombre racista, aunque poderoso.
I need those smiles now
those little victories, because never have I been so afraid as I have been in the last 5 months.
Necesito esas sonrisas, esas sonrisitas, porque nunca he tenido tanto miedo como en los últimos 5 meses.
As the laws that were written to protect everyone on American soil were broken, as I watched the footage of people kidnapped off the streets or from their jobs or on their way to school and detained without justification.
Mientras las leyes que se escribieron para proteger a todos en el suelo estadounidense están quebradas, y no solo quebrantadas, pistoleadas, totalmente ignoradas, mientras veo las imágenes de las personas secuestradas en la calle o sus trabajos o caminan a la escuela o detenidos sin justificación.
As I read about immigrants being shipped to concentration camps in foreign countries, and not even the countries of their birth, I was terrified for them. And that, of course, is the point. To terrify, to terrorize.
Mientras leí sobre inmigrantes enviados a campos de concentración en países extranjeros y que ni siquiera son sus países de nacimiento, sentí terror por ellos. Ese es, por supuesto, el objetivo, aterrorizar, aterrorizar. He visto como la retórica republicana ha tildado de ilegal a cualquier inmigrante, ni tener padres o lo que sean.
I have watched as Republican rhetoric has branded anyone in this country with an accent or brown skin illegal, while they continually break the law.
He visto como los republicanos dicen que cualquier persona de piel morena o con acento.
It is not illegal to be an immigrant. It is not illegal to have parents who are. It is not illegal to seek asylum here when your home is ravaged by war or famine or gangs.
No es ilegal ser inmigrante ni tener padres que lo sean, ni es ilegal solicitar asilo cuando las pandillas, la guerra o la hambre asolan tu hogar. Estados Unidos decidió hace mucho tiempo, tras el horrendo horror de negar asilo a los
America decided long ago, in the wake of the horrendous error in denying asylum to Jews fleeing Europe during Hitler's reign, that we would never repeat that mistake. That we would always look at asylum. We wrote it into our laws.
Estados Unidos decidió hace mucho tiempo, tras el horrendo error de negar asilo a los judíos que huían de Europa durante el régimen de Hitler, que nunca repetiríamos ese error. Lo incluimos en nuestra ley.
So the refusal to process new asylum claims now, that is illegal. Stripping away due process, that is illegal.
Negarse a procesar nuevas solicitudes de asilo, eso es ilegal.
Taking away congressionally approved money dedicated to sheltering immigrants and helping them on their path to citizenship, and instead funding it into ICE to terrorize our communities, is illegal.
Tomar fondos aprobados por el Congreso destinados a albergar a inmigrantes y ayudarlos en su camino hacia la ciudadanía, y en cambio gastarlos en más agentes de ICE para perturbar a nuestras comunidades, eso es ilegal.
And I know that this is exhausting. I do. I know that watching cruelty prevail and politicians stay silent, or worse, cheer this on, is painful. But do not mistake your exhaustion for error. Do not let this disregard for the law and this chaos make you think that you are mistaken or that all is lost. Do not doubt at all. Do not let doubt in. You are not an alarmist. The alarm is blaring.
Agotador ver cómo prevalece la crueldad y los políticos guardan silencio, o peor aún, la alientan, pero no confundan su agotamiento con un error. No dejen que este caos y este desprecio por la ley los convenzan que están equivocados o de que todo está perdido. No dejen que la duda nos invada. No son alarmistas. La alarma está sonando.
I have seen it firsthand. At the McNamara Courthouse this Wednesday, 7 people were arrested by ICE at their immigration hearing. I was there. I saw the National Guard in our street. This is happening right here.
Lo he visto de primera mano. Este miércoles en el juzgado del edificio McNamara, 7 personas fueron arrestadas por ICE en sus audiencias de inmigración.
It is being carried out here. It is now. And witnessing it with my own eyes. The fear that I mentioned before, the fear, the terror for my friends, my coworkers, my neighbors, my country, it turned into something else. It turned into resolve.
Estos métodos racistas y deliberadamente brutales se están llevando a cabo aquí mismo en Detroit. Para nuestros ciudadanos, para presenciarlo con mis propios ojos, este miedo que mencioné, ese terror, para mis amigos, mis compañeros de trabajo, mis vecinos, mi país, se convirtió en algo más que el miedo lo paralice. Determinación se convirtió en un clamor innegable por justicia.
It turned into an undeniable howl for justice. And I beg you, my friends, recognize this. See this cruelty for what it is. Name it. See what is actively trying to take root in our city and say no. Say enough. Say never.
Les ruego, amigos, no permitan que el miedo los paralice, no dejen que los detengan. Vean esta crueldad como lo que es, vean esa injusticia como lo que es. Reconozcan y nombran lo que está intentando arriesgarse activamente en nuestra ciudad y di no, di basta, nunca.
Nunca. The alarm blaring, that is your conscience. That is your humanity. It is telling you what you already know. You are witnessing the destruction of our most fundamental rights to due process, to free speech, to being a country of immigrants, and we must fight it tooth and nail or be forever changed as a city and as a country.
La alarma que suena es tu conciencia, es tu humanidad. Y te está diciendo lo que ya sabes, incluso si tienes demasiado miedo de enfrentarlo, lo que está sucediendo aquí es profunda, fundamental y aborreciblemente malo, y debemos luchar con uñas y dientes o cambiaremos para siempre como ciudad y como país.
It sounds so much more beautiful when she says it. You don't have to translate that. So let me just pose this question. What do we do? How do we fight? We come together. We look to each other. We support each other. And that looks different for everyone. We set up phone trees with our neighbors to alert each other the second we see ICE in our neighborhoods. We fix our immigrant neighbor's headlight so that he is not pulled over by the police on his way to work. There are so many ways to fight. We sign our general strike cards, and when the time comes, we strike. Every organization here today can give you tools to fight. You do not have to come up with solutions on your own. You need them, but more than that, they need you. They need accountants. They need artists. You have something to contribute, and we need you. So do not leave here today without a plan. Please, talk to these people, find a group, and join it. And together we will fight. I'm going to leave you on this note. This is Detroit. We are creative. We are resilient. We are a community, and we protect our own, and we suffer no kings. So, if this fascist regime wants our brothers and sisters, they will go through us to get them. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Lindsay! Woo! We have a surprise, very short little speech here to be provided by someone in the... Get him over here, get him over here, get it, come on, there we go, look at that suit, what a fine gentleman. All right. Introduce yourself.
I am Rogelio Landin, a 50-year advocate for our community here in Southwest. President of the League of United Latin American Citizens, the largest Hispanic civil rights organization in America. And I am here quite simply, this is impromptu, this is unexpected, but I'm thankful for the opportunity to address each and every one of you, guardians of our civil rights, guardians of our Constitution, guardians of our communities, in terms of what we do. Give yourselves a hand, please. Give me one moment to put my cheaters on. Or I don't really have the time to go through this list, but let me say this. I have in my hand a list from the NAACP of every major civil rights organization in America who has signed their name to supporting the resistance against what is happening on the immigration front in America today. I have in my hand from SEIU, of which David Huerta was arrested in California, the state director of SEIU, nationally is with us and labor as well to protect and guard the rights of our citizens, our would-be citizens, even our undocumented, who still have the right to due process. Quite simply, thank you for joining the fight. Thank you for being the surrogates for the people who couldn't be here for fear of being identified, harassed, and hauled off. All of you and all of the yous that aren't here, that wanted to be here, that could be, should be, and will be here next time, let us not forget that resistance like this is what makes things happen that happened earlier today, which is a guidance issued by the president to ICE to stop raiding farms, to stop raiding hotels, to stop raiding restaurants, because the employers, the real criminals in all of this are the employers. It's not against the law to accept a job, but it is against the law to offer one and give one. If they're going to collect undocumented workers, they need to collect the people who gave them the job in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this opportunity to address you. My time is up. I'll probably run over. God bless you for being here, and let us not give up. We're just starting this fight, and we're going to finish it.
Let's hear it! Fuck Trump! Fuck ICE! All right, the next person speaking today, the star of the show, the most important person today, it's actually me. All right, but I am speaking, though I'm not the most important. Well, we're all equally important. It's important we fight hard. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Michael Musinski, and I'm a member of Students for a Democratic Society at Wayne State University.
Hola a todos, soy el doctor Michael Musinski y miembro de los Estudiantes por una Sociedad Demócrata en la Universidad de Wayne State.
I stand before you today as a recent graduate who has witnessed his opportunities and those of his peers melt away with the defunding of the sciences, the targeting of pro-Palestine protesters by Wayne State administration, and Trump's increased attacks on international and immigrant students. Shame!
¡Shame! Me presento hoy ante ustedes como un recién graduado que ha presenciado como sus oportunidades y las de sus compañeros que se esfumaban con la desfinanciación de ciencias, los ataques y manifestaciones pro-Palestina por parte de la administración de Wayne State y los crecientes ataques de Trump contra estudiantes internacionales y inmigrantes.
Shame again! We have witnessed public services decline while our country is stripped and sold for parts.
Hemos presenciado el deterioro de los servicios públicos mientras nuestro país está desmantelado y vendido por partes.
Shame.
¡Eh!
We have witnessed firsthand police officers abuse students who had united to demand an end to the genocide in Palestine. Shame!
Hemos presenciado de primera mano cómo la policía abusa de estudiantes que se unieron para exigir al fin de genocidio en Palestina. Shame!
Shame! Meanwhile, Wayne State administration continues to target and silence those same students through academic misconduct charges. Shame!
Mientras la Universidad de Wayne sigue castigando a los estudiantes que han participado en las protestas. Shame!
Shame! Revolution, yeah. I have witnessed my dear friends with families who depend on them, have their visas revoked for no goddamn reason. Shame!
He visto a mis amigos y familiares que les quitan sus visas por ninguna pinche razón.
While President Espy and our administration at Wayne State sat idly by. Shame.
Nuestro presidente de Wayne State se quedó ahí al lado viendo sin hacer nada.
They did nothing to combat these attacks on their students, forcing us to rely on the ACLU to protect our peers from the same president who is defunding academic research, strangling DEI initiatives, and sending ICE onto campuses to rip students from their classes. Shame!
No hicieron nada para combatir estos ataques contra sus estudiantes, lo que nos obliga a depender de la ACLU para proteger a nuestros compañeros del mismo presidente que está desfinanciando la investigación académica, sofocando las iniciativas de DEI y enviando al ICE al campus para expulsar a los estudiantes de sus clases.
It is because of Wayne State's admin's cowardice that my friends have felt compelled to self-deport out of fear of oppression from our own government. Shame!
Es debido a la cobardía de la administración de la Universidad de Wayne State que mis amigos se han sentido obligados a autodeportarse por miedo a la opresión de nuestro gobierno.
Shame.
Shame.
I stand before you today as someone who refuses to forfeit my humanity to fall in line with any regime which promotes white supremacist ideology in academia, continues to perpetuate the genocide in Palestine, spreads wider war to the Middle East, and who kidnaps students for exercising their goddamn right to resist.
Me presento ante ustedes hoy como alguien que se niega a renunciar a mi humanidad para alinearse con cualquier régimen que se promueva la ideología supremacista blanca en el ámbito académico, que continúe perpetuando el genocidio en Palestina, que extienda la guerra al Oriente Medio y que secuestre a estudiantes por ejercer su derecho a la resistencia.
As a student for a democratic society, I demand an end to
Como estudiante por una sociedad demócrata, yo exijo un fin a
any regime that promotes the deportation of human beings out of this country.
cualquier régimen que promueva la deportación de seres humanos de este país.
Any regime which puts profit over people.
Cualquier régimen que priorice las ganancias sobre las personas.
Furthermore, as an organization, we demand the rich out of our government.
Además, como organización, exigimos que los ricos estén fuera de nuestro gobierno.
We demand a free Palestine and the U.S. out the Middle East.
Exigimos una Palestina libre y que Estados Unidos se esté fuera del Medio Oriente. Oriente Medio.
We demand ICE out of our schools and our city by designating Wayne State and Detroit as a sanctuary campus and a sanctuary city.
Exigimos que ICE esté fuera de nuestras escuelas y fuera de nuestra ciudad y que Wayne State, la universidad y la ciudad sean una ciudad santuaria.
This is my warning to any administration, whether it be Wayne State, City Council, DPD, or a president that stands in our way.
Este es lo que yo les digo a las personas, al cónsul de la ciudad, al alcalde o cualquier persona que se enfrente con nosotros.
There is no going back. The people are in the streets and we demand to be heard.
No hay vuelta atrás. La gente está en las calles y exigimos ser escuchados.
What Biden and Kamala didn't understand and what Trump is seeing now is that we will never give up.
Lo que Kamala y Biden no entendieron y lo que Trump está viendo ahora es que nunca nos rendiremos.
As students and the future of this country, we demand more.
Como estudiantes y el futuro de este país, exigimos más.
And we will not stop until we get what we want.
Y no nos dejaremos de luchar hasta lograr el cambio que exigimos.
It's because of this that as SDS, we like to chant, dare to struggle, dare to win. You're good on this part. All right, so when I say dare to struggle, you say dare to win. You ready? Dare to struggle.
¡Dare to win!
Dare to struggle. Dare to struggle. Thank you. Alrighty, next up we have Nova from DARPA. There they are. Oh my goodness. All right, let's hear it one more time for Nova.
Hello everyone, my name is Nova, and I am from the Detroit Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression.
Hola a todos, soy Nova y soy con la Sociedad contra la Represión.
Thank you all for coming out today. We are here today to show solidarity with our immigrant neighbors.
Gracias por estar aquí. Hoy estamos aquí para dar solidaridad con nuestros vecinos inmigrantes.
And we are here to stand in solidarity with the brave people of Los Angeles who are standing up to ICE, the LAPD, and the National Guard.
Estamos aquí en solidaridad con la gente de Los Ángeles que se está enfrentando con la policía y con ICE.
We know that ICE can and will be used against anyone Trump sees as a threat.
Sabemos que ICE lo van a usar contra cualquier persona que Trump vea como daño,
Whether they are citizens or not. This is why we must demand that the city of Detroit, the city of Detroit becomes a sanctuary city.
Van a usar ICE contra cualquier persona, por eso demandamos que la ciudad de Detroit sea una ciudad santuario.
We must demand that the city and all cooperation between ICE, the DPD, and Trump.
Exigimos que no esté...
We must demand that the city of Detroit
Exigimos que la ciudad de Detroit
end cooperation between ICE
termine la cooperación con ICE
and the DPD.
y el Departamento de Policía de Detroit.
We must also build community control over the police so we can protect our people in this city from police violence and defend our resistance from political repression.
Tenemos que defendernos contra la policía y contra la represión política.
If we want to actively work towards change, we can't rely on the Democratic Party. We can't wait for the next election.
Si queremos hacer cambio real, no podemos esperar para el Partido Demócrata, no podemos esperar hasta la próxima elección.
We must build people power, and that starts in organizing in our communities.
Tenemos que hacer poder de la gente y eso empieza en organizando nuestras comunidades.
After today, the work is not done.
Después de hoy, el trabajo todavía no termina.
I urge you all to join groups like Detroit Community Action Committee, who are working toward making the city of Detroit a sanctuary city.
Les recomiendo que se una a uno de los grupos, como el grupo que quiere ayudar a hacer que la ciudad de Detroit sea ciudad santuaria.
Or Detroit Anti-War Committee, to get the city of Detroit to divest from genocide.
Únanse al grupo antiguerra que quiere que la ciudad no participe en el genocidio.
Freedom Road Socialist Organization, to fight for oppressed labor and nationality in movements.
Otra organización que lucha contra nacionalidad y movimientos.
Or join us in the Detroit Alliance to build community control over the police.
O únase con nosotros, Detroit Community Alliance, para formar control sobre la policía.
We are stronger when we are organized.
Somos más fuertes cuando estamos organizados.
Thank you all again, and I'd like to finish with a chant.
Gracias a todos y quiero terminar con un chant, canto.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Thank you.
Let's hear it for Nova!
Un aplauso para Nova.
That was their first speech ever, and it's in front of thousands of people. Incredible work if I say so. Our next speaker is from Detroit Anti-War. It is also their first time speaking. Wow. Out of all these people. And I think they're gonna kill it. Let's hear it for Daniel!
Hello everyone, I am Daniel. I'm an activist with Detroit War Anti-Committee.
Hola a todos, soy Daniel y activista del Comité Antiguerra de Detroit.
Like many others who are here today, I'm a child of immigrant parents. My parents had to face hardships and struggles that are unique only to the immigrant communities of this country.
Como muchos otros aquí presentes, soy hijo de padres inmigrantes. Mis padres tuvieron que enfrentar dificultades y luchas exclusivas de las comunidades inmigrantes de este país.
As an anti-war activist and a child of immigrants, I know that firsthand Trump is using the same tools he has used to harass my family and community to silence those who dare to resist genocide.
Como activista antiguerra y hijo de inmigrantes, sé de primera mano que Trump está usando las mismas herramientas que ha usado para acosar mi familia y comunidad y silenciar a quienes se atreven a resistir el genocidio.
This repression can be seen with activists such as Genevieve Guerra, who's been unjustly detained by ICE since March 17th as retaliation for her work with immigrant rights.
Esta represión se puede ver en activistas como Jeanette Disguerra, que ha sido detenida injustamente por ICE desde el 17 de marzo como represalia por su trabajo en defensa de derechos de inmigrantes.
Disguerra was leaving her work on break when she was surrounded by ICE officers and detained in a truck. The officers then proceeded to laugh in her face. Shame!
Disguerra estaba saliendo de su trabajo en un descanso cuando fue rodeada por agentes del ICE y detenida en un camión. Los agentes se rieron de ella en su cara.
This same repression can be seen with pro-Palestine activists such as Mahmoud Khalil, Mohsen Madwani, Yosea Chung, Omser Osir, and others who speak against Israel's actions continue to face increased surveillance, FBI investigations, visa denials, and deportations.
Esta misma represión se observa con activistas pro-Palestina como Mahmoud Khalil, Mohsen Madawi, Yosen Chung, Rumeisa Utsur y muchos otros que denuncian las acciones de Israel, quienes siguen enfrentándose a una mayor vigilancia, investigadores del FBI, denegaciones de visas y deportaciones.
This repression has hit Michigan as well. On April 23rd, the FBI and state local police raided the homes of pro-Palestine activists in at least 3 cities: Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, and Canton. Shame!
Esta represión también ha afectado a Michigan. El 23 de abril, el FBI y la policía estatal y local allanaron a las casas de activistas pro-Palestina en al menos 3 ciudades: Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor y Canton.
No one, no matter the country of origin, should have their basic democratic rights violated simply because they oppose genocide.
Nadie, sin importar su país de origen, debería ser violado sus derechos democráticos básicos simplemente por oponerse al genocidio.
It is clear that Trump will use Homeland Security as a way to strip us of all our rights and squash any resistance to his goals. Shame!
Es evidente que Trump utilizará el Departamento de Seguridad Nacional para despojarnos de todos nuestros derechos y aplastar cualquier resistencia a sus objetivos.
This very same Homeland Security receives cooperation with the Detroit Police Department, allowing ICE to act as federal agents who profile Latino, Arab, and Black community members.
Esta misma Seguridad Nacional recibe cooperación del Departamento de Policía de Detroit, lo que permite a ICE actuar como agentes federales que perfilan a nuestros miembros de las comunidades latinas, árabes y negras.
The tactics that ICE uses to target the immigrant communities is directly learned by training with the Israeli occupation. Shame!
Las tácticas que usa ICE para atacar a las comunidades inmigrantes se aprenden directamente del entrenamiento de la ocupación israelí.
This is why, as anti-war activists, we have called Palestine our compass. Since October 2023, Israel has killed and critically injured hundreds of thousands of Palestinians using bombs made by companies like General Dynamics, which are headquartered in Sterling Heights. Shame!
Por eso, como activistas contra la guerra, consideramos a Palestina nuestra brújula. Desde octubre del 2023, Israel ha asesinado y herido gravemente a cientos de miles palestinos con bombas fabricadas por empresas como General Dynamics, que sede en Sterling Heights.
These same bombs made by General Dynamics are being used by Israel to bring war to the broader Middle East. As recently as Friday morning, Israel has used our tax dollars to buy US-made bombs, included with the president, to bomb families in Iran.
Israel ha utilizado estas mismas bombas fabricadas por General Dynamics para llevar la guerra al Oriente Medio. Tan solo el viernes por la mañana, Israel utilizó nuestros impuestos para comprar bombas de fabricación estadounidense y se confabuló con nuestro presidente para bombardear a familias en Irán.
Israel and Trump are not satisfied with the continued slaughter of Gazan children. Trump continues to use Israel as a way to wage a proxy war against people the United States government has been trying to convince that are enemies for decades. Shame!
Israel y Trump no están satisfechos con la continua masacre de niños en Gaza. Trump sigue usando a Israel para librar una guerra indirecta contra quienes el gobierno de Estados Unidos lleva décadas intentando convencernos de que son nuestros enemigos.
Palestine has proven that the peoples of the Middle East are not and have never been our enemies of freedom.
Palestina ha demostrado que los pueblos de Medio Oriente nunca han sido enemigos de nuestras libertades.
It is our racist president, his cabinet of white supremacists, and billions of dollars that they sent to Israel to continue the slaughter while their big, beautiful bill threatens to strip us of our basic needs. Shame!
Es nuestro presidente racista, su gabinete de supremacistas blancos y los miles de millones de dólares que envían a Israel quienes continúan este masacre, mientras su gran y hermoso ley ha amenazado con privarnos de nuestras necesidades básicas.
Trump has used billions of our tax dollars to destroy families in Palestine and all Arab countries from Iran to Yemen, and families right down the street.
Trump ha utilizado miles de millones de dólares de nuestros impuestos para destruir a familias en Palestina, en todos los países árabes, desde Irán hasta Yemen, y familias a la vuelta de la esquina.
Same as bombs dropping in Iran are funded by our tax dollars, so are the unmarked ICE agents. The very same forces that kidnap, murder, and separate families in Palestine are using right here in Southwest are one and the same. Shame!
Al igual que las bombas que caen sobre Irán se financian con nuestros impuestos, también lo que hacen los agentes de ICE sin identificación, las mismas fuerzas que secuestran, asesinan y separan familias en Palestina y aquí mismo en el suroeste de Detroit, los mismos.
Not only are we, as pro-Palestine protesters, justified in our fight, but it is clear why Trump has targeted us. Our opposition to Trump is interconnected to the opposition of Israel's genocide, Trump's proxy wars, and the war profiteers that provide the fuel for destruction.
No solo estamos justificados como manifestantes pro-Palestina en nuestra lucha, sino que es evidente que porque Trump nos ha atacado. Nuestra oposición a Trump está interconectada con nuestra oposición al genocidio israelí, a sus guerras indirectas, a los especuladores de guerra que alimentan la destrucción.
It is our solidarity with Palestine, with our immigrant communities, that has turned us into a force to be reckoned with.
Es nuestra solidaridad con Palestina, con nuestras comunidades inmigrantes y entre nosotros lo que nos ha convertido en una fuerza de tener en cuenta.
That is why we must divest from these war profiteers. Divestment is a way we can land a real blow against Trump and his genocidal administration.
Por eso debemos invertir en estos especuladores de guerra. La inversión es una forma de asestar un golpe de verdad a Trump y su administración genocidia.
Divestment is also unable to be separated from ending Detroit's police cooperation with ICE, which is one of the departments that the DPD works with and therefore learns the tactics of.
La desinversión tampoco puede ser separarse del fin de la cooperación de la policía de Detroit con el ICE, uno de los departamentos con los que el DPD trabaja y por lo tanto aprende de sus tácticas.
We must end all cross-training between our police and any other agencies that uses Israel's murderous, racist tactics.
Queremos poner fin a todo entrenamiento cruzando entre nuestra policía y cualquier otra agencia que utilice las tácticas asesinas y racistas de Israel.
It is for this reason we joined Detroit Community Action Committees, calling and making Detroit a sanctuary city.
Es por eso, esta razón que nos unimos al llamado del Comité de Acción Comunitaria de Detroit para convertir en Detroit en una ciudad santuaria.
If you think that your tax dollars shouldn't contribute to the destruction of families in the Middle East, or right here in Detroit, joining DCAC or us, the Detroit Anti-War Committee, is a great way to start.
Es por esa razón nos unimos al llamado del comité. Si ustedes quieren ayudar que esta ciudad sea una ciudad santuaria, únase con nosotros.
And stop at the Detroit Anti-War Committee table if you want to learn more, or any of the other tables there.
Pasen a la mesa antiguerra o cualquier otra mesa para unirse al causa, que las mesas están por allá.
And thank you. I want to end with a quick chant real quick.
Gracias. Quiero terminar con un canto de nuevo.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Thank you.
Yeah! Daniel's first speech ever in front of all of these people. How'd they do? How'd they do? Hell yeah! Fuck ICE! Fuck Trump! Fuck Israel! Okay! Next up, we have the lovely Russ Balance of the Anti-Fascist Organizing Coalition.
Thank you. I need a partner because I wrote it because I wanted to be very precise in what I said. Thank you, Katrina. The major precondition for martial law is to have dictatorial control of the regions, the cities, and the streets of a nation. Dictatorial control means the power to arrest, beat, imprison, deport, or kill people whose views, speech, and actions are contrary to the dictator. The United States is quickly evolving toward martial law. The Trump world military reaction in Los Angeles was not due to protester behavior. It was due to a long-held goal of Trump to militarize the streets. He does not want anti-racist rallies to influence America. When George Floyd and BLM rallies grew in 2020, he ordered the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, to put troops in the streets to shoot them. To shoot them, you hear? When Esper refused, he pushed police departments to, quote, clear the streets of the rallies. The police in Detroit and other cities began brutalizing citizens. In 23 and in 2024, Trump again talked about putting troops on the streets, about creating martial law. He said he could use the Army's Delta Force to kill his opponents, and that's a quote. 3 weeks, that would be mass killings on our streets. 3 weeks after Indivisible organized the April 5th Hands Off rally, Trump signed an executive order on April 28th to unleash police and to put the military on the streets. April 28th, just 3 weeks after the Hands Off rally. Let's understand the street difference here. The standard doctrine of police forces is the minimal force necessary to maintain order. The doctrine of the military is maximum force to destroy the targets. Military doctrine. So when he signed the executive order, he planned to use it for anti-Palestinian actions, for Palestinians and solidarity actions to fight us, to use against anti-immigration actions, and to perhaps then use it under some pretext to counter anti-Trump rallies planned for the next year. Since he says he can kill his opponents, then there is a good chance he will build capacity to do so. He tried before and has different people now that will follow his orders. Let's highlight one of them. Troops will be under the command of Peter Hegseth, Secretary of Defense. Hey, I think you know who we're talking about here. Hegseth said last year, and this is in November, that he was organizing, quote, an underground army for insurrection, and that he would remain underground, it would remain underground until it became operational. He is part of a religious cult that openly rejects the U.S. Constitution, including the Bill of Rights. And he calls for insurrection against it. That's what his underground army is for. Their leader wrote a book praising antebellum slavery in the United States. Their meeting halls are lined with portraits of Confederate generals. Joe Biden took the name of Confederate generals off of 8 Army bases. Hegseth vowed to restore the names of those Confederate generals on the Army bases. When Trump spoke at one of those bases last week, he praised restoring the Confederate name. That was at Fort Bragg. Hegseth fired black and female commanders, purged hundreds of books from the Pentagon Library that were anti-racist and anti-sexist. The religious cult that Hegseth is part of is known as Christian Reconstructionism. It seeks to replace the Constitution with Old Testament law and govern without elections by seizing power. Hegseth's leader, Doug Wilson, has said on podcasts that Christians must be ready to die for their cause. Their underground army is being formed from a K-12 network of 500 schools that they run across the country. They have said that these schools where they indoctrinate students are the boot camp for their underground army. This is something that nobody in the press is talking about. Okay, is that it? Okay, and again, this is the same person who said that slavery is desirable for everybody. This is the same person. The affinity for the Confederacy, I'm halfway through, the affinity for the Confederacy is telling not only for its base of bigotry, but its storied violence. When America elected an anti-slavery president in 1860, the Confederacy launched military operations before the inauguration of Lincoln and tried to overwhelm and defeat the surprised and unprepared northern states before they got their act together. This model, without the bloodshed yet, is the Trump world strategy of continuous political assaults that are now morphing into militarized assaults on unsuspecting and an unprepared nation. Okay. Keep in mind that when Trump issued the June 7th order to mobilize troops, it did not name LA as the target. It talked of states across the nation. So that is the policy that we speak of. If you are not persuaded that forces are not being mobilized for violence with a racist motive that undergirds the MAGA base, consider this. And this is not being reported in the media either. 1 year ago, a book titled Unhumans was published that was read in Trump world, but not unknown to our world. It asserted, and please listen to this, it asserted that anyone who believes in fairness and equality is an unhuman that must be crushed. It said that a method of crushing unhumans was practiced by dictators who seized powers and conducted mass murder on their opponents. They praised and wrote about these tactics. They wrote a chapter on each dictator and glorified their brutality. Now listen to this. This book is endorsed by J.D. Vance. This book is endorsed by Donald Trump Jr. This book is endorsed by Steve Bannon, who co-published the book. In other words, this call for mass murder is backed by the inner core of Trump team. An author of the book, a known neo-Nazi and longtime friend of Donald Trump, has been involved in Trump missions. So when they are building lethal capacity on the streets and endorsing political mass murder, we should not be unprepared to enlist more extreme forms in their war. Trump released the January insurrectionists, January 6th. Know this, FBI Director Kash Patel announced that white supremacist groups are no longer a public threat and we're no longer being targeted for investigation. Thereafter, an armed neo-Nazi group resumed paramilitary training in the eastern United States. He's importing apartheid world Afrikaners, but deporting other people, bringing white supremacists to the White House, making federal agents, masking federal agents while kidnapping without warrants, deporting racially selected targets to encampments in other countries, appears to mirror the stages of the Third Reich when they began the process of mass murder. It all started with deportations to other countries. Slow at first, but accelerated as Hitler's power was consolidated, and since Trump has repeated that Hitler did good things, and he has said this to his people repeatedly, but he never criticized Hitler for anything, since his first wife Ivana said in 1990 that Donald Trump's favorite bedtime, she said this in an interview in Variety magazine, Donald Trump's favorite bedtime reading was Hitler's collected speeches. We need to really know that this is about that. The Trump team has openly promoted the AfD neo-Nazi party in Germany. Since Trump is sustaining the mass starvation and killing of helpless Palestinians by his former longtime associate Benjamin Netanyahu, perhaps we should be putting the big picture together and prepare accordingly. When people anticipate these dark possibilities, they think about moving to another country. But Trump World has designs on Europe as well. France is close to electing a fascist leader for a year now. Italy already has one. Austria, England, Germany, Poland, and Hungary leaders have influential parties that have been growing based on turning these populations against newer immigrants. They are also forcing mass expulsions, and Trump World is visiting and standing with them. With his vision of controlling Canada, Greenland, and merging with European fascism, Trump can envision a third-term creation of the Fourth Reich. Getting very close to the end. Many of us see his determination to make permanent his one-man rule, even laws to limit the influence of the courts, while Congress has become servile. The Congress has. Universities, law firms, media outlets are bending to his demands. Our voices today are not just a vehicle for anger or venting. We are building the defense of pluralistic, democratic, and constitutionally intact society. We are doing that. Our rallies across the U.S. in almost every congressional district are the best hope for countering the hateful, anti-constitutional, well-funded forces that seek hegemony over us all. We must teach, we must organize, we must show out, because we are the basic antidote for the specter of fascism.
Let's hear it for Ross! Fuck Trump! Fuck Israel! Fuck Israel! Fuck Nazis! Fuck Nazis! And we have a poem from Audrey of We the People Descent. Let's hear it for Audrey!
Thank you, guys. Well, my name is Audrey Boryod. I am with We the People, Descent Indivisible. Usually, you know, I do the call to action because I'm very much about action in those troubled times. Today, I actually have a poem for you. Ooh. Why? I know, very surprising, right? Why? Because art is very much part of this fight, okay? We need everyone to connect and get together to fight this enormous threat. What is at stake is absolutely gigantic. And the threat itself, you all know that, is terrifying. but we're not terrified at all, because we are strong. We hear and we show up when our democracy is under attack. Seeing you guys here with your amazing signs, so creative signs, so powerful signs, gives me so much hope and strength and courage. Thank you for that. Thank you. A mini I just cannot help it. So make sure you're connected with activists, okay? You have a lot of amazing tables that all groups present today have put together. Connect with us. You know, there are so much more going on beyond the protest. The protest that you saw here advertised on the media, well, there are so much more going on beyond the protest that you can do to fight and resist this regime. So I count on you. After we're going to, march and do many other things together. Make sure you grab a flyer at the table and you join a group. Okay. Are you ready for the poem? Okay, you're my people. America, I became American. By shimmering chance on a sea of change, and maybe a few swerving atoms and currents. He likes the poem. Along the mysterious pathways of existence, I became American. Who was I before then? This is uncertain. Even now, all draped and cradled in your soft, sleek flag, America, warmly welcomed in your Wombi land. All I know is, in the timid old world, I was born low, and low, despite your motherly largesse, I remain. But no regret, no woe, as I knew before I came, your dream had been a troubled one, if not an openly outlandish lie. And still I came, trusted you could be my mother too, through the ride, the grim, the mean, the dismaying mayhem of your ugly man, you harmed songs of America that I accept as I'm my ruddy brothers. Please demand they say hi to the migrant who commits to stomach them. And if you were to deny me the care of a loving mother, as you have done for a long time, I've been told, to your kids of color. And if you were to ramble, repeat the errors of the past, and add new ones, stir hatred up, treat me as an outcast daughter. And if you were to make the first election I cast my ballot my last, and if you were to lose sight of the rightful fight, threaten my and others' health, or our peace, or our right to happiness, like a child of a cruel parent speaks up for their tormentor, I would hold you tight and wrapped in my unconditional love, America, like a newborn who yesterday was my elder, for whom I am now responsible. And I would sing you a lullaby, America, and I would make you a better place.
Let's hear it for Audrey. All right, our next speaker needs no introduction, but I'm still going to introduce her. Why not? We have the lovely, the spectacular, the ever busy, hard-working Rashida Tlaib.
Who streets? They can't hear you. Who streets?
up like this to show that we're going to resist. Them kidnapping Michael, them kidnapping our family members, them ignoring Supreme Court decisions, them going around Congress to go to war. All of these fascist, unconstitutional, unlawful decisions only can be fought when we resist in the streets. We did not get the Civil Rights Act because somebody in Congress woke up one day and said, geez, that's a really good idea. It's when people protested, they marched, they boycotted. Many of them, some of them lost their lives because they said our black neighbors deserve human dignity. And we know it's not even perfect. You see how they watered down the Civil Rights Act already. But we didn't get the right to organize unions because the president woke up one day and said it was a good idea. No! It's when we withheld our labor. When we unite against the fascist government, against Trump and his minions, because it's not just Trump, it's those in Congress that enable him, like John James. Congressman John James wants to be governor? No. You're going to tell me you're not cutting Medicaid? I'm watching those that are living with disabilities that are ill and sick and need Medicaid in his community be lied to over and over again that he's not doing it. He's sitting there just pressing the button for Trump. Pressing the button for Trump. But I'm not here to talk to you about Democrat, Republican, because let me tell you, I get these questions from young people all the time. Are we doing enough? No! But no one is doing enough in the establishment, political establishment. You know that too. That's why you all doing what you're doing and resisting in the streets and demanding that our families stick together, demanding that our rights be protected, demanding that our country come back for the people, by the people. It's when you all resist. I know it's been incredibly painful and overwhelming. The one thing I've learned growing up in the most beautiful, blackest city in the country, we birth movements. If there's any city that's going to end fascism, it's Detroit. I want them to try to come here and tell us what to do and see what happens. We're not going to turn our back on our Constitution and the rights of our neighbors, no matter their immigration status. The constitutional rights and the due process of our immigrant neighbors are our rights. When you step on their rights, you're stepping on all of our rights. And I want you to know this is the corporations funding it. There are corporations benefiting from this fascist government. Every time we go and send bombs to kill children in Gaza, somebody's making money from it. Every time they allow sick care to continue in our country, guess what? Somebody is making money every time we get sicker. Every time they continue to say, climate crisis, there ain't no climate crisis. Guess what? Marathon Oil, U.S. Steel, all these companies are the ones making money by allowing the status quo and allowing somebody like Trump and his minions to continue to deregulate and make sure that they have permission to pollute and poison our air and poison our water. So I want you to know, pay attention of who's funding this fascist regime, who's funding these members who will not take the courage to choose their people and the residents that sent them there to Congress. And they're choosing, again, greed and profit in their donors. I see it every single day. It is exhausting to watch them gaslight and mislead the public and say this is for the good of the people. No, it isn't. You all know it, and guess what? Your own people are rising up and saying, this is not what I voted for. But I want you to know, dissent Dissent in our country is a value that needs to be cherished and protected. And you all, in this park, in Clark Park right now, you are dissenting. You are dissenting and you're saying, not on our watch. Be proud of that. Be proud of that. As I look around all of you, I remember when Pastor Bland Jr., black pastor in my district, reminded our country is not divided but disconnected. When I look at all of you, you don't have to have a zip code in Detroit to understand that fascism hurts all of us. Many of you have your stands and why you're here. Maybe immigrant rights, maybe free Palestine, may it be LGBTQ, may it be fighting to make sure workers are protected, may it be saying you will not dismantle education in our country, may it be whatever issue. The more we are connected, the more dangerous we become to this administration. So I want you to continue to rise up because I want to remind you always, whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! I want them to hear you. Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! I love you. Please be safe. We all got each other's backs.
What y'all think about Rashida? Fuck the corporation! Viva la raza! All right, next up we have the incredible Donovan McKinney. Tell us about yourself, Donovan.
What's up, Detroit? What up, though? Can I get a what up, though? Oh, I love this. I love this. And it's great to see everybody here at Clark Park. I mean, there's so many actions happening, not just here, but all across the region, all across the country. Give yourselves a round of applause, y'all. For those who don't know me, my name is Donovan McKinney. I'm a two-time state rep. I represent Northeast Detroit and parts of Warren and Macomb County. I'm also running to be your I'm running against the oligarch, multi-millionaire, y'all might have heard about him, Sheree Tanner. Can I tell you a little bit about our congressperson name over? He literally earlier this week, which pissed me the hell off. He's done a lot of things. But what was unfathomable was that the fact that he signed onto the letter and voted on a House resolution this week to thank ICE.
It was so bad. Oh God, it was so bad I couldn't breathe. No, it was just couldn't. My head. I figured we could get some time here because we got to leave. And go over. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. And I'll just find some people. You set up over here. You come over here and then we'll have a Alright. And yeah. But then it was over there and it just kept flying in my face. So I was like, dear Lord. But no, it's just, it was the wind and the stuff that.
Live up calm, man. Live up calm, baby.
I'll bring some folks over. Let's just be a few folks, you know what I mean? Woo! This is what the are we getting a package today or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she wants to see if we can go live at 6.
After we're told there's no supply.
I know. So we're told we can go live at 6, and then also package for the 10. But then what was I gonna say? I don't know. I spaced out. I spaced. Oh, they're marching too. Did you know that? All the way down to the federal building. Yeah. So, I don't know. What? Especially they're asking for a live shot at 6. At 6 there? Because it's going to be a federal building here.
Educational system in our schools are
Let me ask real quick.
Put immigrants. How about go after the corporations? How about that? They're protesting for some damn immigrants.
Now, right now, I'm getting calls.
You missed the part where they called out the corporations? Mass migration destroys
That's a little breakdown. But when the average rent in our region is what? $1,260. Right? Then everybody say rent is too damn high. Absolutely, rent is too damn high. So that's all your money there. Not to mention, right?
free black men, free white
Not to mention the other intertable issues, right? You got gas, you got groceries you got to worry about, you got insurance, right? You got so many things on your plate. But guess what? The wages aren't going up. More and more our corporate, our bad actors in the corporations, man, they're getting lower and lower out of that. And that's why under these legislation last
Absolutely.
I just
Come right over here.
with state resident
Let me take this off.
that takes all the
Oh, good. All right. I got Woo! Valley. Just got here. Perfect. Okay, I'll give you short and quick. Good? All right. Go away. First name, spell your name. My name is Laura. Spell for me. Oh, Laura. Last name? Yacko, Y-A-C-K-O. Where you from? Seattle. Originally Detroit, but I live in Seattle. And what brings you to know Chris? Oh, he's a despicable human being, and I am outraged and actually humiliated that he's our president. I was just in Canada for the last 2 days. Lovely people, and they were very accepting. And I just felt very embarrassed that we have a government that's run by such a monster and his cronies. It needs to stop, and people need to stand up. All of us have to do our part. Oh, it's very validating and incredibly empowering to see this many people come out for such an important, very important, our democracy. Every person counts. And how it's happening everywhere. Around the country. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. The message is loud and clear, and it needs to continue until he's forced out. So, get out there. Thank you. Woo. Oh my God. I'll try to find someone. I hope you're getting a lot of good shots. Oh, we do. We've got all. Shine, shine. want. Can you mind with interview? I'm sorry? About what bridge you went? Oh. Ready?
Just my boy.
I'm so sorry, but these allergies are kicking in.
Oh, God, I'm done. Unfortunately, don't have that issue.
I never had allergies until I moved to Michigan.
Oh, I've never had them. Oh, I take that back. I was allergic to feathers when I was a teenager.
Never had allergies. Come a little closer. Because I have alligator.
Oh.
Ready? First, can you state and spell your name for me?
Sharon Peller.
Spell it for me.
SharonPellar.
Where are you from?
Detroit.
Perfect. What does it mean to you to be out here today?
Oh my God. It's a connection. It's a way to prove that we're strong and that protests ended Vietnam. Protests can end this insanity.
What does it mean to you that see so many people?
Oh, it fills my heart. To know that there are so many like-minded people who care so much and, are willing to come out and be seen.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. Did they start up again over there? I was hearing yelling and I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah,
let's get Street out of that damn position.
I'm glad you were getting tight, Sean.
Well, of course I was tight, but someone's still holding it. Level enough for like violence.
No! What does it say? Was it a F word?
Yes.
Ah!
I think chanting at the same time. So.
I'll try to watch out for that.
Me here, standing with gold. I see a crowd of fighters. What does this look like?
I am trying to get as tight as possible for obvious reasons. For that very reason. Maybe about one, maybe two more.
Maybe one more.
There's a fact of history.
Then
people have only ever won anything from standing up and fighting for what they want, for what they need.
Huh? Oh yeah, maybe a guy. But then also, I'm trying to think they're gonna march, and we're gonna need to get video of them marching. Even if we go along the route, find get video of them, and then I gotta figure out what federal building they're going to.
Right now, I also want to first start off with solidarity with LA. Those people are in the streets fighting every single day against those racist pigs they call ICE. And Donald Trump's jackboot thugs in the National Guard and in the Marines. We stand up with the Chicanos, Latinos, and Mexicanos. It's a combination of dozens of different Chicano National Liberation organizations, like the Brown Berets, led by famous people like Carlos Montes, who led the East LA student walkouts.
I mean, white male's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to break this up.
Yeah, see, when we speak truth,
I think I
it
hear
makes
them.
them mad.
See, now
They know that they are weak and they are few, and there are many of us. I see a crowd of thousands here, and how many haters and Trump thugs do I see? Just about one. That's why I know, at the end of the day, what we are fighting for will win. And what are we fighting for? We need to fight for revolution, a real revolution that puts bread on the table, that gets the police out of our communities so they can't name people, that gets the soldiers off our streets, and citizens that have lived here for decades have the right to not feel scared for going to a restaurant or merely speaking their national language of Spanish.
could also do a quick tease too.
I'll say it very loud and I'll say it very clear. There is not a single thing wrong with what is going on in LA. That is what justice looks like. It's people fighting back against dictatorship. Just as we saw in Minneapolis with that dictatorship that Trump tried to put in the first time, that Derek Chauvin putting a jackboot fucking knee on George Floyd's neck. What happened? What did we do? People marched, we put Derek Chauvin in jail, and we burnt down a fucking precinct. And I know violence can be a very thing, and I'm not saying to do violence, but I'm saying we need to support those who are willing to take There are tests, and you either pass or you fail. Right now, Donald Trump, he's failing that test. Right now, those racist Republicans in Congress, they're failing that test. ICE failing that test. Yet at the same time, Democrats like Sri Thandar, who just signed on to support ICE, they've also failed that test. Any politician that's failed to support real change, like fighting for a sanctuary city and ending DPD ICE cooperation, has failed that test. So I look at all you, and I look at everyone in this crowd, and I know together we can fight, and we will pass this test of history, and we will win!
Look at me briefly. I love the whole thing. You colored it both of us.
Oh, okay.
Alright, first state to spell your name.
Stephen Palka, Stephen Palka.
Where are you from?
Detroit.
What do you mean to you to be honored there?
Oh, it means so much. I'm so worried about our country. I'm so worried about the people. I'm worried about the taxes for the poor, nothing for the rich. I'm worried about LGBTQ. I'm worried about trans lives. I'm worried about women's rights. I'm worried about the environment. I guess I'm just worried.
No, you speak. I think a lot of people are saying the same thing. They're feeling really worried.
And there's so much to think about that sometimes you can't even think, and you're listening to all this, and it just makes you feel good to be here and be a part of something. Because, we work better as a group. We're a country. We should all be together.
For those that aren't here, what's one message you want them to get?
That we are all humans. We're all a part of this country. Our president should be a president for all people.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you go back? I love the hat.
All right, thanks.
All right, cool. I'm going to do it quick.
A neighborhood in which I grew up in.
Oh, at all this.
Here to tell you one thing, that there's no place for fear in our classrooms, in our communities, in our country.
We're seeing a lot of Marvel.
There's no place for fear. As educators, we know that when one child feels unsafe, all children are affected. When families live in fear of being separated, students can't focus on their future. That's why today is about affirming the humanity of every student and every family, no matter where they came from. In our schools, we teach the Constitution. We teach that all have rights. The right to speak, the right to learn, the right to belong. So we stand here today, not just as teachers and students, but as a united voice, saying we believe in birthright citizenship. We believe in due process. We believe that immigrants are not threats, but threads in the fabric of this country.
Make sure there's nothing behind.
And we believe
Well, I mean, no signs.
I know. Grow up in the shadows of rage,
Give me 1 second.
detention, or deportation. To the young people here, I see you.
And the mosquitoes.
To the young people here, I see you. You are powerful. You are leaders. You are the reason why we continue to
I'll do the tease first. I'm just going to say what's happening across the country happened here in Detroit. Hope to accomplish. Ready? So let me know. 3, 2. What's happening across the country is happening here in Detroit.
Western International High School.
And then I'll put a bite in. Give me one, and then I'll tag it out for the tease. Coming up, what they hope to accomplish. And then for the tag.
Give it up for our very own student from Western.
They do so. Okay, 3, 2.
Give it up for our student.
Okay, 3, 2, tag out. Again, thousands of people gathered here in Clark Park, and they tell us that this is not the only time that they'll be doing so. Reporting in Detroit, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
How y'all doing, y'all?
You can get shots of them too. That might mention. Huh? Of cars honking and stuff. But I think we got enough. Heading, I don't know anything.
I got the route there.
Yeah, I don't know even know what the route is.
My friends, this whole community, I just love it. It's so strong. Like, I feel that. I got some little struggles. And I know these struggles, we gotta fight for this, man. This ICE stuff, our community, this Trump stuff he's been doing, man. I can't curse here right now because my mama here, y'all. So I gotta keep it Christian. But yeah, I just need to talk with y'all. First of all, I just want to talk about how Trump been affecting the nation. As y'all see in LA, these protests, they start out peaceful, but the police, ICE, they wanna escalate this. Like the people before me said, they want to tear gas children, babies. We can't be letting this happen. They said we bring National Guards to LA. And crazy thing is, all that's going to cost $134 million. Like, that's what our tax money going to. We should be using this for the people in need. We could be assisting people who really need it. Why are we using it for the government? To fight the people? They supposed to keep like it, man. It's really crazy. Like I said, these protests are peaceful. Some people, like, man, my bad. Not only is Trump an oppressor, we call him so many things, the fascists, the dictators, white supremacists. But what we all agree on is he should not be our president. He should not be our leader. I swear to God, aren't they taking people with and without papers? Like, what are they doing? They're not fighting for the right thing. They should be on our side. He abuses his power for himself. He should be using it for the people, for us, for our community, for the people united. We can't let this happen. We can't let children be taken away from their families. We can't let this song keep going. Like they said, we can't have the children live in the shadows of the violence. The violence. We have to fight for a better country for the children. Our future community. The hope of our country.
Like, how to
protect ourselves against ICE with them coming with guns and they violence. But we have to try our best. The collaboration, the local police, not all local police, some of y'all chill, I know some of y'all. But local police are sometimes working with ICE agents. And that collaboration hurts the trust with the people. The police are supposed to be helping the people, our community. ICE has been overly violent, but the people have been taken away. And as of now, over 140,000 people have been deported and in custody, and 7 people have died in ICE custody. This one is us, y'all. I can't, man. I can't. We have to protect our friends, our community, our people. We can't let this keep going on. Things are getting too far in this community, for this nation, and even global. But let's start off small.
I'm not gonna call me a coon because I care about my community. I care about my nation. I'm a coon because I care about my country. This is a problem with black people. I'm a coon because I care about my country and my people. This is a problem with black communities. We don't want to take care of our own. We got our priorities fucked up.
ICE out of Southwest! ICE out of Dearborn! ICE out of Detroit! ICE out of Michigan! ICE out of the U.S.! Fuck ICE! Next up we have Gabriela Santiago Romero! From here in Southwest!
The guy with the flag following him, he's over there.
Good afternoon, everyone.
If you see him, we gotta keep an eye on him.
Thank you all so much
If
for
the
being
code
here.
of
As
ethics
I
is
was mentioned, my name is Gabriela Santiago Romero.
very weird.
People know me as Gabby, and I'm a proud Deep Treasury Council member right here in District 6. Welcome to District 6, everyone. I'm the first queer woman, the first Mexican immigrant to be elected to City Council. Right now, all of our communities are under attack from our Palestinian neighbors, our black and brown immigrants, our queer and trans kids. We need to build deep love and solidarity among all of us. As a social worker, a community organizer who is now elected, I work deeply with other
asking that we work together instead of attacking one another. The left has continued to lose the little power we gain, which leads us to losing the progressive gains that we make. The governments will not save us. The governments will not save us. Only mutual aid, only community coming together will do that. I know that we can go govern. We did this together when we organized. We played inside-outside game. We became the first city to pass a ceasefire resolution in this country. We did that together. We are living in a very scary time, y'all. Democrats, progressives, locals are being targeted. Just this morning, 2 Minnesota lawmakers have been shot, killing one and her husband. We are only 6 months into this fascist government. We need to come together to protect each other. No resolution will do that. Only we can do that. We need to organize, mobilize, build capacity, and create systems of care. We need you, all of you, to be a part of ICE Watch. Be volunteers to be quick to respond when we hear that ICE, U.S. Marshals, and Border Patrols in our neighborhoods. You need to put your bodies on the line. Get to know your neighbors, jot down their numbers, call to see how they're doing. Do you have an undocumented family on your block with young children? Offer to take them to school. Do you have elders that are scared to pick up their medication or go to the doctors? Give them a ride. Find translation services. Be of help. We need people who are not just willing to be allies. We need to be comrades and to be loving neighbors. I love you all deeply. I love you so much. I'm pushing us to do better, including myself. I can work with you to pass the policies we need and create the systems of care we deserve and to ensure that our people are safe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying no to a fascist government that wants to tear our communities apart. We cannot let them. We will not lose. This is not the first time in history that we've had to fight a right-wing government, but together we can fight to make it the last. Freedom and power are a constant struggle. We need to be vigilant. We need to be disciplined in our solidarity. Listen and follow the lead of impacted communities. And remember that we need to lead with love and care for our folks. I have been incredibly overwhelmed and singing a little tune to myself to make myself feel better in this time. And I'm wondering if you can repeat after me. Donald Trump has to go. Hey. I got you.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Donald Trump has to go. Hey. I've got you and you got me. Thank you all so much.
Let's hear it for Gabriella! Some of the Republicans ask you to leave someone behind. What do we say? Hell no! When the Democrats ask you to leave someone behind, what do you say? Hell no! We don't leave anyone behind! All right. Anyway. Next up we have the Detroit Community Action Committee with Marcel. Let's give it up for Marcel!
Check. When I say fuck, you say Trump. Fuck. When I say X, you. When I say fuck, you say X. Fuck. Thank you guys. My name is Marcel Ulacia, and I'm here representing the Detroit Comité de Acción, a grassroots organization whose main campaign is to establish Detroit as a sanctuary city. Nationally, we are an affiliate of the Legalization for All Network. We need representatives who draw a